Good evening and welcome to the very first edition of the Rebel Tribe podcast. I'm your host, Melodian Whiteley. Now, what is the Rebel Tribe podcast all about? Well, mostly it is all about empowering women. So, ladies, this one's for you. It's empowering you to do more, see more, and most importantly, to be more. It's real and it's raw. It's conversations with ladies who are defying the norm. It's experts on topics that will help you live your absolute best life. And sometimes it's just me chronicling the choices and steps I took on my journey from a poor girl from the wrong side of town who was afraid to even dare to dream of a better life to where I am today, successful, powerful, somewhat quirky, but always real and truthful. Now, I warn you, I am not everyone's cup of tea, as they say. So sometimes the thoughts in my head escape out of my mouth before I can filter them. So there you go. You have been warned, but I've been around quite a bit and I have a ton of stuff to help all of you bring out the rebel in each of you. What exactly is the Rebel Tribe? Well, we are mostly a community of women who believe in pushing boundaries, embracing adventure, and creating a life that's as unique as we are, each one of us. I've been talking about doing this podcast for quite a while. Gosh, months, seems like. And I've been doing some soul searching and a lot of really deep inner work. And the reason that it's taken me so long to get here, well, you see, my business, it's heading in an entirely new direction, one that it's more aligned with my heart. And that meant decisions had to be made. And it was all just a little bit overwhelming. I mean, I am making a huge change in my business. And as much as I'm excited and exhilarated and enthusiastic, there's still a small amount of fear. I mean, what if I fail? Even after 23 years in some sort of business, I can still experience some doubt and fear, especially as a more mature woman navigating through what can sometimes be a particularly challenging world that sometimes feels like, I'll be honest, it feels like it's stacked against us sometimes. If I mess this up, there isn't a lot of time for course corrections. I mean, let's be real, I'm 66. But I am here to tell you that the fear, even though at my age it can be formidable, it is not unconquerable. In fact, it can be the very thing that propels us towards our dreams. And so here I am doing my very first podcast episode. Hopefully in future they'll be better as I get more technically adept, but I'm a big believer and I teach all of my clients, just do it. Just do it. You can always fix it later. You can perfect it later, but just do it. Many years ago, I wrote an article about overcoming objections while recruiting for your network marketing team. And in it, I said that no matter what the objection, the root cause was always the same. It was always fear, fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, maybe even fear of success. It's a natural response. It's designed to protect us from harm, but it can also paralyze us if we allow it to. And that's kind of what happened to me. It took me forever to just jump out here and do this. I mean, after a lifetime of being told that we have to be strong to succeed, fear, it can make us feel vulnerable, and that's a little bit scary at times. But contrary to what we've been told, or many of us have been told anyway, all of our professional lives, vulnerability is not a weakness. It's a strength. When we acknowledge our fears and our vulnerabilities, it allows us to confront them honestly, authentically. By embracing our vulnerability, we open ourselves to transformative experiences, like launching the project that sets your soul on fire. So here we are, launching the very first episode of the Rebel Tribe podcast. I have some great guests signed up for us. I have some very important topics lined up for us. And most of all, I want to set the example for all of you that are a little bit afraid, maybe, to step out there and do the thing that makes your heart sing, to do the thing that's going to push you to step beyond your limits or what you think are your limits. Overcoming fear is not something you do one time and that's it. It's a continuous process. So every new experience can result in growth and self-discovery and empowerment if you'll let it. As women, we are inherently resilient. It's in our blood. We have the fortitude to face our fears with courage and grace. It's in our genes. And I know that I am not the only one facing big changes right now. Some of them of our own choosing, some of them out of our control, and some of you may be afraid. But I want you to embrace those fears and use them as a catalyst for transformation. You have the power to conquer them. It's already inside you. So join me, okay? Join me. Dare to dream. And when you dream, dream big. Dare to aspire. Dare to fearlessly pursue your passions and your purpose. Just come join me. We're going to do this together. We're going to build bigger, brighter, bolder futures for ourselves and our families, and maybe even for future generations to come. So I hope you'll come and hang out with me on future episodes. Rebel Tribe podcast. Every Monday, every Friday, watch for new episodes to drop.